think that's the worst case scenario, right? I've been practicing my magic non-stop since the day we have heard Alcaster's speech. I continue to work on my barriers while also continuously attempting that one offensive spell Waltz tried to teach me. Okay, remember what I told you. Focus your energy onto the tips of your fingers until you feel the current flow through your veins. Okay. Good. Now try to cast the spell at me again. What if she accidentally fires a bolt at him and he does? That's a really morbid thought. What is wrong with me? I'm tired. Yeah, I stretch out my hand and imagine the energy gathering at my fingertips. Kapow! He is nothing but dust. No. I see sparks as I begin to cast the spell. Good. Keep going. At the end of my casting time, I can feel the lightning snaking up and down my arms. Now release it. I direct that spell at Waltz with as much strength as I can muster, but it barely touches his barrier before it fades away. I groan. Ugh! Wait. Ah! No, wait, that's the princess girl right there. You're getting there, Lucette. The magic is weak, but it might still be able to paralyze someone for a time so long as you hit them when they don't have a barrier up. But the speech is tomorrow. I will not be able to master it by then. Well, no shit, it's only been 4 days. You don't need to. Let's not assume things will be so bad. Oh, great. An optimist. We're only going there to watch a speech. If that's all it is, you won't need your magic. Isn't it we won't need your magic? The two of us continue diligently working, but after a few more rounds, my arms are sore and my mind is foggy. Waltz calls it a day, and the two of us retire to our rooms for the night. I've tossed and turned in my bed for what feels like an hour, but sleep will not come. It has almost been a month since I last went into town, and it's impossible to imagine the worst possible scenario for tomorrow. I'll probably be awake until the sun rises. That happens to me too. If there's a big event and the next day I don't go to sleep, and I'm super tired, and then right when I have to leave for the event, I'm I'm gonna take a nap. And never wake up. I turn to glance at the doll that Waltz gave me so long ago. She sits on my table, her glassy eyes staring back at me creepily. I wonder if he's already asleep. Maybe he can calm my nerves. Waltz? There's only silence. Maybe he's already asleep. I'm about to leave when the door suddenly opens. Lucette? Hello, Waltz. Let me guess. Couldn't sleep. I nod. Come in then. Like an older brother. Actually, you didn't know. Wait, he is an older brother. He is older than Lucette. I forgot about that. I sit on his bed and look around. My eyes shift to his table, where I notice a pile of sewing materials and an assortment of puppets. You've been working on your puppets? Yeah, I couldn't sleep either. It's been a while since I last did a show, but I want to make sure my puppets and materials are ready to go once this is all over. The optimist. I'm sure the children are looking forward to seeing your shows again. Yeah. ... Silence ensues as Waltz sits down beside me with one of his puppets. He begins to slowly sew at one of the seams. The silence is deafening. He looks busy, but maybe I should say something? Why is there... I'm gonna choose one and then it's gonna... neither of these sound like they're a bad choice or the wrong choice. I want to say something. I'm worried about what might happen tomorrow. You think too much, Lucette. I do. I stare at the puppets on his table. When this is over, will you finally let me be your assistant? Waltz smiles and pats my head. Yes, when this is all over, I will give you the spotlight. As the assistant. I'm sure the children will love your puppet shows. Talking about what happens afterwards makes me feel normal. It gives me some hope. Hope that eventually everything will go back to normal. I feel better now. Thank you, Waltz. Oh? I'm not sure I even did anything. You have just by being here with me. You know, I'd do anything for you, little star. Little star. There's that nickname again. Does it bother you? No, I was just wondering where I came from. Oh, right. I never told you the story, did I? Nope. Back when I was still your mother's apprentice, my life was dull and empty. Then you showed up. Your circumstances were the same as mine, but your light never faded. You became my hope in that dark place, my light. That is why I consider you my little star. I can only stare at Waltz smiles at I can only stare as Waltz smiles at me. Right now, all I want to do is stay by his side, to stay within the comforts of his warmth. I look at him, and a thought shifts in my head, tinting my cheeks pink. What is it? Can I stay with you tonight? Whoa! Whoa! What? Well, Waltz's face is tomato red. He looks shocked. Well, I mean, I can't. Oh, don't ask him that. It's not that I don't want you to, but I might. I mean, he glances away and begins mumbling to himself. I suddenly feel dejected. Don't make that face, little star. Waltz sighs. Okay, you can stay. Really? Yeah. Oh my god. Well, Look, all I actually expected from this visual novel was kissing. This... Oh man. Okay. We both lay side by side in the bed, shifting only slightly. Waltz is especially stiff. I wonder why. What do you mean you want this? How old are you? I loop my arms around his waist and snuggle into the crook of his neck. Waltz tenses beneath me. I feel like I'm being punished. What? Nothing. Thank you for letting me stay. My room felt colder than normal tonight. I couldn't help thinking about tomorrow and then about Father and... My words trail off as I try to focus on Waltz's warmth. Please don't leave me as well, Waltz. Lucette, look at me. I move back to look up at him. Waltz stares at me with an intensity that makes it difficult to look away. His features are illuminated by the soft moonlight, making them stand out all the more. My heart skips a beat. I'm not going anywhere, Lucette. I will always be wherever you are. I promise to always protect you. I reach out to touch his cheek. Thank you. He smiles at me before putting his arm around my waist and pulling me closer. I snuggle against his chest, taking in his warmth. I eventually fall asleep in his arms. Well, we slept together. Didn't expect that. Today is the day. Everyone has been busy preparing for the speech. I was told to relax, and I've used the opportunity to move into the forest and get some fresh air. If only everywhere was as peaceful as this. Lucette? I turn around to see Ophelia slowly walking towards me, a hesitant smile on his face. On her face. Her face. It's a her. Her. Ophelia? I'm sorry I cannot be much of help during these distressing times. You have already helped me enough, Ophelia. You supported Father when I did not. You have to stay here. You have to stay safe with the others. You've truly changed. Ophelia takes my hands in hers and looks at me solemnly. There's that word again. Promise me you'll come back to us. I'll be praying that nothing happens today, but if it does, I beseech you to put your safety first. Ophelia, I may not be your real mother, but you have always been my daughter. Guilt floods through me. I've been cruel to her ever since she first came into our lives, and yet she still treats me so warmly. I don't deserve your kindness after all I've done to you. And Emily and Rod. I'm so sorry. Ophelia pulls me into a hug and smooths down my hair. That's all in the past now, dear. What matters now is the present. I nod and close my eyes. I missed out on so many things when I closed my heart up to everyone. I'd always thought I was alone, but I was wrong. She's like Batman. Anyone else watch the Batman movie? I just did. The plane ride over. Thank you, Ophelia. Sir Alcaster's speech starts in an hour, and everyone is making last-minute preparations before we go into town. Ophelia, Emmeline, and Anise will stay behind as Rod and Rumpel volunteered to watch over them. Delora and Parfait left yesterday to attend a meeting with the fairies. Apparently, they found someone who holds important information about Mother and her plans. Emmeline approaches me, her eyebrows creased. Who said you should see your mother there? Should you see your mother there, what will you do? I don't know. I haven't really thought much about it yet. We are bound to face her sometime soon. I know that she is your mother, Princess, but are you emotionally ready to face her? No, probably not. I am taken aback by her question. Urian, I apologize for being blunt, but we all have to consider the worst possible scenario, don't we? I need to know that the princess is ready to face her. In a battlefield, one must not hesitate. Urian continues to look at me, waiting for my answer. I finally face her with determination. I will face her, and I will stop her. The climax. Nope, never mind. Should we keep going? Yeah, screw it. Let's keep going. My eye just like fluttered a bit. That means I'm tired. Oh yeah. Okay. I stand in an alleyway with Waltz, Urian, and Karma, making sure to stay hidden in shadow as we watch the sea of people moving toward the plaza. Garland is scouting around the plaza for knight's positions, and we have been waiting here. What? Garland is scouting around the plaza for knight's positions, and we have been waiting here for him. Is there? That doesn't. Something's wrong with that sentence, I feel. Oh my god! We have a new outfit! Why am I? I should be so excited. Why am I? Yay! It looks pretty good. There are so many people. Okay, this is where we split up. Remember that we're trying to avoid needless battle. If anything should happen, fleeing is the better option. I'm not a fool. Wouldn't pick a fight that would put anyone in needless danger. I'm glad you understand. Remember, we're only here to watch and listen. I don't want us to get into a skirmish if we can avoid it. You just said that! Should anything go wrong, we need you to retreat, Princess. Oh boy. I mean, I know that Lucette is the key to the entire thing, but I don't know if obeying is the right call. Fuck it. Your safety is our number one priority, after all. He's right. Your life is the most valuable. Remember, princess, your life doesn't belong to you anymore. This kingdom's future is in your hands. I look away. I know that. Garland suddenly appears with a stiff frown. Okay, look who I found. What? Wait, what? What? Wait. Does he? Oh, wait a minute. Is it like a full moon thing? I turned to look at Garland and then noticed the man beside him. My eyes widened at the sight of him. Fritz! Garland pushes him and Fritz stumbles forward. He falls to his knees only a few inches away from me. You're okay. Thank goodness you're alright, princess. I twitch at the sight of his face. There's no sign of the wicked smile that was on his face when he was under the guise of Varg. Though he looks confused. Wait, what? Oh, that's right. His mask was knocked off, and then she saw her face. But then, what? What? I would have assumed that the princess would have thought like Varg and Fritz were like two different people. But I guess she's being a smarty and going with our thoughts. Though he looks confused, the relief in his eyes seemed genuine. Are you truly Fritz? Or are you Varg? Or both? I'm the Fritz you've always known, princess. Your loyal knight. I raise an eyebrow. I can still remember what happened weeks ago when the mask fell from his face in the room with the TV. In that moment, I saw Fritz's face, no matter what Varg said. Varg was in league with Alcaster and Mithros. The man I saw back then was definitely Fritz, even if he never confirmed it. What are you doing here? Fritz flinches. I've been searching for you. Why? So you can take me back to Mithros? Or are you here to kill me? Fritz bows low, his clenched hands trembling at his sides. I will not surrender you to Sir Mithros. My loyalty has always been to the kingdom and to you. I could never hurt you, princess. But I don't blame you for doubting me. My father... I would have stopped him if I knew. Fritz glances up at me slowly, his expression resolute. I had just managed to escape yesterday when I was captured by the knights. I managed to escape from them today, but only barely. How? How did he escape? I was supposed to meet the Lucis Bear yesterday. Fritz glares, not at me, but through me, as if remembering something unpleasant. That was when I was able to take control of my body again just a few days ago. What? So, okay, so he's like a split personality kind of person. I've been searching for you, but instead found some witches who seem to be in league with the Lucis Bear. I requested an audience with her as soon as possible because I wasn't sure how long I could keep Varg at bay. Oh, okay, well, yeah. Split personality. At bay? Fritz, explain. About Varg. No, about this. No! I want to. That is not what I want to know. Princess, this could all be some elaborate ruse of his. That's true, it can be. But I'd trust him. Oh, look at that puppy face. I have a responsibility to at least hear him out. What do you want from Parfait? I have important information about Hilder. Mother? Lady Parfait did say that her and Delora were going to meet with someone who had information on Hilder. And you believe that their meeting was with this man? Karma turns to Fritz, clearly skeptical. That seems like could be coincidence. How are we to believe you? Fritz is silent for a few moments. After some time he speaks again, more hesitantly. I know that apologizing won't change the fact that I betrayed the princess and the kingdom. But right now, I'm doing my best to right my wrongs while I still have control over my body. The knights are still searching for me as we speak, so I'll make this as brief as I can. Hildur is growing weaker. What? I haven't been myself for the past few weeks, but I have still portions of Varg's memories. I remember that she is bedridden, still being treated for wounds that she sustained during the Great War. Then she is now sick like Parfait. Holy Mother seems to have it worse than her. I overheard Mithros say that the crystal no longer recognizes her at her. Oh, it's cold now. Oh, the tea is cold. I overheard Mithros say that the crystal no longer recognizes her as its soul bearer. Parfait said something similar. Wow, say that 5 times fast. But she said she could no longer feel Mother's connection with the TB. But what Fritz just said. It seems that the crystal has seen both of you as bearers. It's stretching its energies to both of you. This might be why Hildur hasn't regained her full powers and has remained weak. Waltz stares at Fritz. Lots of Z's. Eyes wide. The crystal having 2 bearers? I didn't think that such a thing was possible. Is this why Hildur still refuses to show herself in public? Yes. The witches who used to be on her side doubt her capability to rule. None of them want to help her when she's still so weak. Mithros figures that the only way to get the crystal to fully accept Hildur is to drain the rest of your powers. That's why the palace has issued a higher bounty on your head. But Father is no longer interested in actively hunting for you. There's been a rift between him and Mithros because of this. Waltz crosses his arms, his expression thoughtful. I'm surprised Hildur hasn't disposed of Alcaster yet. If he is still alive, it means that he must still play an important role in her plans. Fritz's expression quickly morphs into something grim as he frowns down at the ground. You're right. Waltz and I exchanged look before we turned back to Fritz. Mithros plans to kill my father today. Whoa! Fritz's eyes are distant, his mouth pulled into a tight grimace. All I can do is stare at him, uncertain of what he has just told me. Hildur will show herself to the public today. She and Mithros plan to kill Father in front of the audience in hopes that their fear and despair will fuel the TB. They think fueling the TB might make Hildur stronger. They plan to use the fear of the public to achieve their own ends. This isn't good. With this many people here, the TB might indeed see that surge of power again. Even a weakened Hildur will be difficult to fight, but we stand more of a chance against her now than we do if she fuels the TB with negativity. Please save the kingdom, Princess. Fritz looks at me imploringly. I shake my head slowly. I'm confused. You betrayed us, but then you're still helping us as well. Which side are you on? The only reason why I'm working for them in the first place is because of my curse. I swear it. Fritz tries to stand up, but his knees wobble and suddenly he is down on the ground again, his hand clutching at his chest. Fritz! No, not yet. Fritz looks at me, his pale face covered in sweat. I have no idea how long I can suffocate Varg, so please, bind me, freeze me, do whatever you can to keep me from chasing after you. I don't want to hurt anyone anymore. Fritz keels over, his forehead touching the ground. Please. Waltz? I know. Waltz snaps his fingers and a rope of light appears around Ritz crackers? Fritz's wrists. Ha! Pulling him down to the ground. I furrow my eyebrows at Fritz even as he cocks his head to look at me. Thank you. You don't have much time left. I plan to deliver my message to the Lucis Bear, but I leave it in your capable hands instead. Fritz, I'm sorry. For what? I'll do anything to protect my charge. Now go. Urian nods at me. Don't worry, Garland and I will keep an eye on him. Garland quickly informs us of the knights' positions around the plaza and gives us clues about where we might hide to avoid their prying eyes. After he has finished his briefing, Waltz, Carmen, and I hurry off. Father, please watch over us today. There's so many people here. You've said